All right, I'm about to have a second whiskey of the night on this Friday evening. I started out with the Gooderum and Worts Little Trinity 17-year-old 3-grain Canadian whiskey. It was rye, corn, and wheat, and it was really nice. I have to get rid of some of the spicy notes in my mouth because that had a long finish. And I got some oatcakes here. These were introduced to me by Roy from Aquavite last year, and I'm still using them to cleanse my palate. Mm. Water and oatcakes. Take any flavor out of your mouth. Now I'm ready to start another one. This is a dusty box. At least the top is dusty. And it's a black one. I don't know if you guessed what it is. But I'll tell you. It's the Compass Box Scotch Whisky Maker Limited Edition, no name. And it doesn't have a name on it anywhere. Oh, here on the back it says no name. Blended Malt Scotch Whisky. Now I'm going to take the bottle out. I'm going to pour a dram before I read what's on the back of this box. The Compass Box with an actual box. Here we go. Let's have a look at the bottle itself. It's mostly black label, and there's a bunch of stuff written on the back of it too. Like back here. I wonder if it's the same stuff that's written on here with golden lettering on a black background. It's 700 mils, I believe, yes. 70 CLs. 48.9% alcohol by volume. 48.9, so that's right in the sweet spot. My sweet spot is between 46 and 51 or so. And this has an easy to pull off tab, which goes all the way around, and there's black stuff, the same black stuff stuck to the top of the cork. Okay. The cork moves. There we go. Let us pour a dram of this concoction. It is a blend. It's a blended whiskey. Blended malt scotch. Okay, so it's all malt. There's no grain in here. It's just all pure. It's malt. Malt whiskey. Okay, we'll let that sit for a little while. There is no age statement on it. And it's malt scotch. Okay, let's see what it says here. Oh, I hate gold or brass because there's no contrast. For this, our peatiest whiskey yet, we have decided on no name. We'll let the whiskey speak for itself. Recently acquired a parcel of casks of mature, heavy peated single malt whiskey from a distillery located along Pier Road in the southeast of the island of Isla. This was a parcel of American oak barrels filled with massively peaty malt whiskey, tarry and full of bonfire-like smokiness. To us, this was whiskey crying out to be tamed and shaped into a very special Compass Box limited edition. If you're familiar with our whiskey called the Peat Monster, you will find the limited edition whiskey even peatier. It is massive in terms of intensity and complexity of flavor. A whiskey brimming with multifaceted peatiness, yet tempered with hints of fruit, character and an underlying sweetness. For a whiskey such as this, we felt no name was needed to adorn this label. The recipe is primarily sourced from the Pier Road Distillery. The tempering single malt is from the Isla Distillery in Port Asquig. Okay, we know which one that is. With its more elegant, restrained peaty malt whiskey to add dimension, fruit character, and an ethereal element. We have added a small portion of malt whiskey from a much-loved distillery in the Northern Highlands village of Brora. Oh, Clynelish, obviously. We finished things off with just a touch of malt whiskey finished in French oak, providing a lovely underlying sweetness and freshness. Please share and enjoy. John Glazer. Limited release of 15,000 bottles. To find out more about this limited edition Scotch whiskey, www. Compass Box. Product of Scotland, etc. It's got the usual recycle and don't get pregnant and so on international symbols on the bottom. I got this on, when did I get this? It was the 21st of January 2018 at 12:20 p.m. So just in the afternoon. And I paid $149.99 was the price tag on it. 10 cents deposit for the bottle. $15 liquor tax, provincial liquor tax, and $7.50 goods and services tax. A grand whopping total of $172.59 for a blended malt. Yeah. Is there anything else that I need to say about that? I think now that it's been sitting a little while, I think I'll nose it. Oh. Oh, this is nice. So there's some Caol Ila in it. And there's some Southeast. So that could be either a Laphroaig, or it could be Ardbeg, or it can be Lagavulin. Something from Brora would be Clynelish. So there's Caol Ila, Clynelish, I think it's Lagavulin, or Ardbeg. I'm getting fruitiness too, along with the peat. It smells to me like cherries. Cherries and peat, and the peat is a sweet. Well, it's a blend of two peats. Oh wow! I'm getting something else too. Besides cherry, there's on the nose. There's chocolate. Chocolate and cherries. Ah, this is a beautiful peated, fruity nose. There was some other Highland thing in there. So there's at least four malts whiskeys. It's Lagavulin or Ardbeg, one of those two. I would probably guess Lagavulin because they're using whiskeys from Diageo. From Brora, if they're using Kleinlich, that's Diageo. If they're using Kalila, Port Skeg, that's going to be Diageo too. And yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be Lagavulin. It resembles a little bit the Lagavulin 12 too. There's an element of similarity there. In fact, if I do a side by side, that might be interesting. Well, I could dive into this nose and stay there for a very long time. This may be the masterpiece. There was another Compass box that was released around the same time. What was it called? I forget. But it was a lot more expensive than this, and it was released around the same time, just around before Christmas or so. What was it, Extravaganza or some damn thing? But the no name was right next to it, and half the price of the other thing. So I didn't buy the other one. Yeah, it's still on the shelf. I even saw it tonight, but I forget the name of it. Comes in like a turquoise box with gold lettering on it, something like that, some kind of fancy design. But this is nice, interesting looking bottle. Ooh, there's even a mace. I don't know if you can see. Oh, compass. Yeah, there's a compass emblazoned in here. Made me think of, whoa, almost spilled that. Made me think of Masons, the little compass and the ruler and what have you. But this nose, I'm sorry I'm taking so long with it, but this nose is exquisite. Peat, sweetness, fruit. The fruit is mostly cherries. Maraschino cherries, sweet. There's some other fruit in there too. We got some legs. They're moving kind of fast and kind of slow. The second stage is going very slowly. The first ones went fast. I wish I could share this nose with you. This nose is exquisite. Can't get enough of it. Peat and cherries, mostly. Maybe a bit of pineapple in there. Let's see what we got on the palate. Wow. Oh, wow. It's sweet and peaty. The peat is not overpowering. It's there. It reminds me of the peat from Lecheg 10, although more intense than the peat from the Lecheg 10. It's not that medicinal. It's just sweet, and it doesn't have that bonfire. It's just sweet. And the fruits underneath that peat, that was just the first sip. But I'm getting some citrus out of there. I have to have a second sip. It's got a long drying, a long astringent finish. My mouth is very dry now. There's still a little bit of sweetness. I have to do this again. I have to do this again. Absolutely. Mm. Sweet peat, sweetness and peat, and cherries, and yes, citrus, grapefruit, orange, lemon. Yes, now on the second sip, there's a lot of citrus. Mm. Seems to me that cherryness has moved aside or dissipated or changed. Oh, this is one of the nicest peated whiskeys because it's balanced with the sweetness. Do this again. Now that I've had 3 sips, I'm much more accustomed to the peat, and I'm picking up a lot more sweetness. The peat is still there, but it's moved aside. I'm accustomed to it. I'm used to it. I'm going to have quite a bit of water and oatcakes to get rid of this taste to try the next whiskey I have, which is not peated at all. And that spicy, peaty sweetness is just coating the inside of my mouth all over. It's still on the sides and on the back of the palate. And the taste stays and lingers on and on and on. It is a beautiful dram. I don't know how many good things I could possibly say about this blend, this no-name Compass box. And a sweet, sweet nose again, now that I've had 3 sips. A very sweet nose. Oh, lovely. And in the mouth, I'm still getting peat. The character of the peat changes from being sweet when it's in your mouth to being dry and a little bit ashen towards the end. I'm not getting a lot of brine or medicinal qualities or seaweed or anything. Just sweet peat. Ah. It reminds me so much of Lagavulin, like Lagavulin Distillers Edition or Lagavulin 12. I was at the liquor store today. We were just talking about this, me and my friend Mike, who works there, and he said he can't stand um, peat in his sherry. He likes sherry whiskeys a lot, and he doesn't like peat and sherry. He likes sherry or peat. He doesn't like the mixing of the two. I, on the other hand, like the balance between the peat and sherry that I'm getting here. Because no doubt this cherryness and this sweetness and this citrus, there is some sherry cask involved, definitely. Anyways, this is a phenomenal little blended malt. If you can find a Compass Box no name, and if you can get one of the, what is it, 15,000 bottles? Yeah, 15,000 bottles. If you can find one of these 15,000 bottles, do it. I cannot recommend anything more than I recommend this Compass Box no name. This is amazing. This is wonderful, and Slanchava.
Food quick.
Food quick.
Food quick.
Food quick.
Food quick.
Yeah.